In this video I'm going to introduce you to my x squared equivalent method that makes the harder factoring questions easy. If you find factoring quadratics difficult, you'll love this. It makes it so easy. All you need to do is change the equation to the x squared equivalent version, factor the equation like the easy ones, then divide at the end. Let's get right into it. There's the equation that we're going to do there. Ooh, we've got a difficulty here. We've got a 2 at the front. So what we first do is we make this thing that I call the x squared equivalent. And we make the first one x squared. It's as simple as that. Make the first one x squared. Keep the middle term the same and multiply the two numbers to give you the last term. So 2 times 4 gives you 8. So that is the equation. You'll see we're into a nice easy equation now. All we need to do is have a look first at the last sign. This is my way of doing it anyway. Look at the last sign. It's a plus there. So that means we know that they've got to be the same sign. Either 2 pluses or 2 minuses. And that we're going to add to get this number here. So we're adding. So we've got an 8 there, so we need the factors of 8. So we start 1 times 8 and 2 times 4 are the only two we've got. We're adding them to get a 9, so it can't be the 2 and the 4, it must be the 1 and the 8. So now here comes another wee difference. We write the 2x in both. So instead of x at the front, we put 2x in both brackets. So you put the same number that's on the front. So we get 2x in both brackets, but you notice we're going to get 4x squared, so something must happen. So we've got 1 and 8, so put your 1 and 8. And if they are the same, this sign tells you what they are, because they've got to add to minus 9. So you should have put on there both minus. So they're both negative, so we put a negative on both. Now we've got to end up that 2 multiplied to give us a 2x squared. They give 4x squared the way it is now, so you've got to cancel one of them. And you look at the two sets of brackets and look for any of them that divides by 2. And you'll notice that one doesn't have the 1, that would give you a half, wouldn't it? So that one there divides by 2 because we divide both by 2. So what we do is divide by 2, don't write this bit down, but in case you want to look at the video again and stop it, divide by 2 there, so keep that one the same, 2x minus 1, and the second one we divide by 2, so we get, dividing by 2, that goes to 1 and that goes to 4, so we've got x minus 4. And that's simply what we do. To start, we change it to x squared equivalent by making it x squared, multiply the two numbers to give the last number, factorise it like normal except write whatever's there in both, and then cancel out, because you'll notice the first term would be 2x times x gives you 2x squared. And that's simply all you have to do. The next example I'm going to do is this one here. Again, you notice the horrible 3 in the front that makes it difficult. Oh no, it doesn't. So all you do is do the x squared equivalent. And all we do is keep the first number x squared, get rid of the 3, same second number, and multiply the two of them together. 3 times 8 is 24, so you got minus 24. 24 is a horrible one for finding factors because there's so many. 1 times 24, 2, half that gives you 12, 3, if you take a third of that you get 8. Always check through your numbers on the road up or you'll miss that one actually, watch out for that. And the last one, 4 out of 24 goes 6. So having a wee look at here, I should really did this bit first probably. That one's minus, so to give a minus number they've got to be different signs. So always write this bit in so you can remember it sits in your brain better. So it's different, so we're taking away. So we've got to take away factors to give us 2. So we have a look, that's got a difference of 23, 12, that gives you 10, 8 minus 3 is 5, the 6 and the 4 gives you the 2, so that must be the ones we're wanting. Remember, keep the 3 in, so it's 3x 3x, and our numbers are 4 and 6. Remember, if they're different, this one tells you the total is plus 2, so this sign tells you what the biggest one is. So always go biggest. So the biggest is a plus. So we have a 4 and a 6. The biggest one's a 6, so that must be the plus, and they were different, so that must be the minus. Now we're left with 2, and the 3 times 3 would give you 9, so that can't be right. So we've got to divide by the 3, divide one of them by the 3. You can't divide the 4 by the 3, but the 6 does divide. So divide this one by 3, and that gives you 1, and that gives you 2. So what we get is 3x minus 4 times x plus 2. And that's how easy it is. Really easy. So I'll just put in the wee divide. That's what we did there. Divide by 3. And that's how easy it is. I'll do one more, and it's a wee bit trickier. The last one I'm going to do is this one here, and you've got to watch out in these type, because if you notice the 4 has factors, so it might be 4 and 1, but you've just got to watch out. But we'll get started. So all you do is x squared equivalent, and take away the 4, and you're left with x squared. X squared minus 16x, and multiply the two numbers, so you have 4 15s, which gives you 60. And ooh, we've got a bit of a number on the end there. That's a plus, which means that they're the same. There could be 2 pluses or 2 minuses, and that we're adding to get the 16. So we start off with the 60. 1 times 60, divide the 60 by 2, and we get 30. Divide the 60 by 3, and we get 20. Divide the 60 by 4, and we get 15. Divide the 60 by 5. You should check each one. 5, and you get 12. Or you would have spotted this. When you're used to it, you'd have spotted that it's 6 and 10 adds to 16. So we're looking for numbers here that add to 16 this time. So we're adding to 16, and we get these ones. Right? So you should spot with 60 and 16. You probably would have spotted it. Anyway, remember that we keep our 4x on the front for both of them, but we're going to cancel. And at the ends we've got a 6 and a 10. They were the same, so if they're the same, they've got to be both whatever sign this is. So that tells you they're both negative, so we put negatives in. But this time, it's 4 we're dealing with. That doesn't deal exactly with 4, and neither does that one. Right? So the other possibility is 2 and 2 there. So we actually divide both of them. I'll put a wee divide by 2, divide by 2. We're going to divide both of them by 2 this time. So you divide by 2, divide by 2, and what we get is 2x minus 3. That's a bit. 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 5. Slightly harder one, but I think you'll agree, a lot easier than the other way. As usual, you'll get a couple of examples to do for yourself. Press pause, attempt the questions, then press play to get the solutions. If you didn't get the same answers, then have another look at the video.